There were some crazy Oscar nomination snubs this year, so let's run through them. Emilia Perez was nominated for the most Oscars with 13 noms, but unfortunately Selena Gomez was not one of them. Angelina Jolie was recently nominated for a Golden Globe for Maria, but she was snubbed for the Oscars. Same goes for Nicole Kidman for her role in Baby Girl. And this one is shocking to me. The Substance was actually nominated for Best Picture, which is huge because this is a horror film. And Demi Moore recently won the Golden Globe for her role, but her counterpart, Margaret Qualley, was not even nominated for an Oscar. Pamela Anderson was recently nominated for a Golden Globe for The Last Showgirl, but she did not make it to the Oscar nominations list. And same goes for Daniel Craig for his role in Queer. The Challenger soundtrack was surprisingly not nominated for Best Score, which is kind of crazy because this one stuck with me the most after Wicked. So those were some of the big snubs. Let me know your thoughts and if you'll be watching on March 2nd. There were some crazy Oscar nomination snubs this year, so let's run through them. Emilia Perez was nominated for the most Oscars with 13 noms, but unfortunately Selena Gomez was not one of them. Angelina Jolie was recently nominated for a Golden Globe for Maria, but she was snubbed for the Oscars. Same goes for Nicole Kidman for her role in Baby Girl. And this one is shocking to me. The Substance was actually nominated for Best Picture, which is huge because this is a horror film. And Demi Moore recently won the Golden Globe for her role, but her counterpart, Margaret Qualley, was not even nominated for an Oscar. Pamela Anderson was recently nominated for a Golden Globe for The Last Showgirl, but she did not make it to the Oscar nominations list. And same goes for Daniel Craig for his role in Queer. The Challenger soundtrack was surprisingly not nominated for Best Score, which is kind of crazy because this one stuck with me the most after Wicked. So those were some of the big snubs. Let me know your thoughts and if you'll be watching on March 2nd.
People will complain that Hollywood has gotten too woke and that they only care about DEI, and meanwhile Hollywood will give 13 Oscar nominations to a movie that has some of the most reductive stereotypes and tropes about Mexico and trans people I have ever seen. I actually don't think that all the songs in Emilia Perez were trash. I actually thought there were a couple of really good songs. Like, I really liked Todo y Nada. Like, I really liked that song. But I'm wondering, like, did the people watching this movie who voted in the Oscars, did they just watch the first 20 minutes and were like, okay, I got what I need? Because after the first 20 minutes, it all goes downhill, like, exponentially. And I'm just kind of struck that Emilia Perez got all of this love when 2024 was a really great year for musicals. Like, obviously, Wicked is the big one that everyone has on their mind, but like Kneecap was an excellent musical biopic that is incredibly underrated and should have been nominated. Certainly should have been nominated for Golden Globes, and it's ridiculous that it wasn't. I'm going to be controversial, but if there was a movie musical that got more Oscar noms than Wicked, it should have been Better Man. This was a great fucking movie. There were parts in this movie where I felt just as enraptured and captivated as I did in any part of Wicked. The fact that Emilia Perez got nominated for stuff like Best Direction and Cinematography and Editing over Better Man is absurd to me. Have we forgotten what a good movie musical is? So if Emilia Perez wins the Oscar for Best Movie this year, you cannot convince me that Hollywood's problem is that it's gotten way too woke.
It's Oscar nomination day, and Wicked was nominated for 10 Academy Awards. So many well-deserved nominations, a couple of snubs that I want to go over. Let's talk about it. Wicked was nominated for Best Visual Effects, Best Sound, Best Original Score for John Powell and Stephen Schwartz, Best Makeup and Hairstyling, Best Costume Design for Paul Tazwell, Best Production Design for those gorgeous practical sets, Best Film Editing. Ariana Grande got an Academy Award nomination for Best Supporting Actress, and Cynthia Erivo was nominated for Best Actress, which would secure her status as an EGOT recipient. That's Emmy, Grammy, Oscar, Tony. She just needs the Oscar to fill it out. And Wicked was nominated for Best Picture of 2024. And yeah, I'm a little biased, but it totally was. Couple of personal side notes. I was disappointed to see John Chu skipped over for Best Director. I was also surprised and disappointed that they didn't get a nod for cinematography. With the caveat, of course, that we have another film to go in the series, and they will likely get more nominations for part 2. I'd like to send my deepest congratulations to everyone involved in the Wicked films. This is such an honor to receive 10 Academy Award nominations, including the top prize. And of course, the next thing everyone says is, yes, but will they win? Well, the competition is stiff this year. Since the tragic flop of the film Hello, Dolly way back in the day, the Academy tends to reward musicals that are less based in fantastical and more steeped in realism. That being said, I couldn't be happier with how Wicked Part 1 turned out. I think it was the perfect adaptation with the best cast. I really do believe they are deserving of these awards. Whether or not they take them home, I hope they know that the fans believe they are true winners.
The nominations for this year's Oscars have been revealed, and boy, do we have a lot to discuss. Let's go through them. Best original score, Conclave, Emilia Perez, What Are We Doing? The Brutalist, The Wild Robot, and Wicked. No challengers, no queer, what? Supporting actor Kieran Culkin for Real Pain, who I do think will win. Ed Norton, A Complete Unknown. Guy Pearce for The Brutalist. Yora for Anora. And Jeremy Strong for The Apprentice. Oh, Chris Hemsworth, My Glorious King. Supporting actress Zoe Saldana, Emilia Perez. The Trend, no. Although I do love her. Ariana Grande, Wicked. Isabella Rossellini, Conclave. Monica Barbaro for A Complete Unknown, and Felicity Jones, The Brutalist. Costume design, all kind of expected. Nosferatu, Wicked, Gladiator 2, A Complete Unknown, Conclave. No Dune 2 or Furiosa though. Sickening. International film, Flow, I'm Still Here, Emilia Perez, again. Cedar for Take a Fig, and The Girl with the Needle. No Kneecap, The Beast, Red Rooms. Animated film, Flow, Inside Out 2, Wild Robot, Memoir of a Snail, Wallace and Gromit, Adventure Most Out. Wallace and Gromit supremacy, people. This will win. We will make it happen. Visual effects, Dune Part 2, got a nomination. Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes, Alien, Romulus, Better Man, and Wicked. Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes probably should win. Best Actress, no Marianne Jean-Baptiste for Hard Truths. This is officially the worst Oscar ceremony ever. The rest of the nominations are cool. Michael Madison, Cynthia Erivo, Demi Moore, etc. Fernando Torres, great. Actor, no Daniel Craig for Queer. This is the worst Oscars. It's going to be the worst Oscar ceremony ever. What are we doing? Adrian Brody, The Brutalist, Colin Domingo, Sing Sing, Ray Fiennes, Conclave, Timothée Chalamet, Complete Unknown, and Sebastian Stan, The Apprentice. No Daniel Craig! Cinematography, not a single Sayombo Mukdiprom mention. Maria, The Brutalist, Nosferatu, great. Emilia Perez, I don't care. Dune 2, that's a really cool one. No Trap, no Queer, no Challenges. What are we doing? What are we doing? Director, again, Emilia Perez, no one cares. Brady Corbet, The Brutalist, Sean Baker, Nora, Edward Berger, Conclave, James Mango, Complete Unknown, and Coralie Farge, which is a really cool nomination for The Substance. No George Miller, no Denis Villeneuve, no Robert Eggers. Man. No Luca Guadagnino, made like 2 of the best films of the year. And finally, Best Picture, we've got Anora, Wicked, interesting, Conclave, Emilia Perez, if that wins. Dune Part 2, great, no Furiosa though. The Brutalist, The Substance, cool one. A Complete Unknown, I'm Still Here, and Nickel Boys, which I also really like. Man, I don't like this.